Hi everyone, this is a second video on
Looks.
this video. Uh, this video is where I explained how to install um, a special. Let me get the web page up. Right, installing RCBot2 source mod for Windows and Linux. So this video was about how to install it, and it was run on Windows. I'm on Linux now. And if you scroll down here, it tells you, if you haven't watched the other video, you should. It tells you how to install it, Windows or Linux. And I just want to do a special one for Linux here. That download, if you download that, there's some differences with the Windows one. Windows one, there's some support maps. But Linux one, I put in support maps and a HUD now from these were made late May, and the Linux one has changed. I've just spent some time trying to get a custom HUD working in for that download, and I've done that. So if you downloaded that before, download it again if you need the custom HUD. Not a lot else changed, only one tiny little thing, and I'll show you that, which you don't really need. But for the Linux install, I did say, for Windows you can make an optional desktop shortcut, and I go through here and explain how to make a shortcut. In this case, we're in Guardian Linux, that environment, and that's what it looks like. The instructions are there. Go through, do all that, put it in the right place, and then you get to others like Ubuntu, and there's some slight differences to the above. And then there was, I've had about 10 or so distros in the last month. And then we got to Nabara with the KDE Plasma environment, and it was different again. So I put that in the web page since, where to put things. It looks like that. The reason we make a desktop shortcut, by the way, I'll just bring this up, go to properties. That's okay for playing online, and this is why I have two. I have a shortcut for playing bots offline, and then I use the play button here to go online. And this won't have bots on it because I haven't got this command in it, minus insecure, right? If you put that on, you will get bots. If you press the play button, the bots will come up. But I use this for playing online, and this one over here for playing RCBot2. And as it says in the guide there, you go to properties. And I just want to show you this and see if the fault comes up. This hasn't happened in any other distro, and it's just this one. So you put in, let me expand that out. You to make the desktop, just quickly, you can add a desktop shortcut. That'll come up, and then you go to edit it. Well, I already had that open. Properties, and then it'll come up in the general tab. Click the application tab, and you can rename it there. And then in here, it says so in the guide that we're looking for the Steam SH, its location, its address, and you put that in there. And then the arguments you can put in minus app launch 300, that will start Dave defeat source, and a space, and then minus insecure. Insecure puts the server in insecure mode. Now the RCBot program, and source MetaMod and SourceMod will load up. And the last one there, minus novid, is just don't play the Valve video. And then you press OK. So there's no real apply there. But when you press OK in Nobara, the KDE Plasma desktop environment, the shortcut disappeared off. The shortcut over here disappeared. We'll see what happens now. Basically, I think I've edited it. Yeah, see, it's gone. And it's still there. Let's go to a file manager. It's still there, but if I get rid of all these windows and search around, I can't see it anywhere. It's gone. There it is. It's still, now I can't bring that back until I restart the machine. It's a bug in the Plasma environment. Normally you just double click on that and run it from the desktop, but at the moment I can't. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. There's some quirks in installing this. We'll get to that in a minute. I'll just show you the download. So when you press the download on the web page link here up the top, that one there, you'll get, you shift this around, you'll get that. And then I've extracted it. Let's go into it. And it's got a README. The first video tells you to go to your download, open it up like that, and to find out where your game files are, go to right click, go to manage, browse local files, you get that to come up. So there's your local files, bring up this one, there's the download, you can do the README, but basically it says to install the mod. We need to be in the Day of Defeat source folder. There's the Day of Defeat folder. This is the main mods and the bot program. And now we're Day of Defeat source, and you'll see there's a bin folder and a DoD folder. In the Windows one, there's only a DoD folder. So in this one, in Linux, what's missing in the bin folder? There's a couple of files missing here, and I put them in. Without them, you won't get MetaMod to run. It will come up with an error. You can't run. These particular files, these two files, allow MetaMod to run. You won't have it because the main game doesn't have it. And these files are from the Steam command, the dedicated server bin folder. Okay, so they are Valve files. I didn't just make them up and put a virus in them or something stupid like that. So the install Day of Defeat source folder from the downloads, and there's your game folder, and just drag and drop them in. I've already done that. And the next part, so that installs and will allow you to run RCBot2. And if you make a desktop shortcut or put the insecure command in here, then the bots will run. Let's get back to the options now. I've got this folder. Now, the previous download, I only had I had the optional maps in there like I did the Windows version, and this one here, optional HUDs, I had one. But now I've added this, it's a custom HUD. I think I had a background in there as well. But yeah, if you wanted a custom GUI, that one. Day of Defeat source folder again, you open it up, drag and drop into your Day of Defeat. Just drag and drop the DoD folder and overwrite. Same for if you just want this tiny little fix which does the fonts here and a couple of other fonts, a kills and deaths change, where this one is your kills and deaths. Ones that pertain to you, ones that pertain to others are in a black background, but yours is a yellowy orange. So it sticks out in as you're looking forward. If you're firing into a whole group of Axis or Allied soldiers and you want to see where you've hit, you can see this in your corner of your eye. Your peripheral vision will pick that up, and so you don't have to keep looking up there. If you got a, it doesn't matter on a screen size like this, but if you've got a wide screen, you have to actually turn your head to look at it. You can, even on a big ultra wide, you can see that different one pop up and you know you've hit something or you've capped something, whatever. That's a design choice I made. I don't like continually looking up to see if I've actually hit something. You can see it in the corner of your eye. Okay. The other image, it just shows you why I had to do some changes to the Linux font is because places on Anzio Beach or the Cold Snow or Colmar or lighter, the font just doesn't come up. It's horrible. Drop shadows don't work. I put an additive in the font to make it brighter, and it fixes it. Enough for me anyway. It's up to your taste. These are optional. You don't have to put a custom HUD on. Let's go back. So that's a standard, just some font fixes. This one goes a lot further. Version 11 HUD. Not everything is, not all screenshots are in there, but I've mucked around with the GUI, added some things to record and play demos, and you can bring up the console there and you can press that and get some settings in the console, some default settings, what it is on as a default and what you have it set on now. It's just a couple of little things you can fool around with. Scoreboard, I've changed that around. The basic stuff in here, netgraph fonts, kills and deaths, chat, the win panels, the icons, everything is, it's a small HUD, and so things, the center area, I've tried to shift everything, make it smaller so you actually see the play area here. That's what this HUD is. It's a small HUD, right? And one of the design choices I had to make, if you look up here, instead of the yellow, I've got white in the final HUD here. That was another, I think I've got a screenshot, but I'll show you that in game. So same thing, Dave defeat source folder, Dave defeat source folder, get in that folder, and you'll see two folders. The DoD folder, custom, that's it. And I just want to explain what this one's about. When you go to your to adjust your microphone, there's some files missing, and they've been missing for years. Mic meter dead, mic meter live, and it's the one that flickers as you adjust your volume, and it's showing as a missing image, and that's why. It's actually missing in the official files, and that's another official file fix, so you put that in, it'll start to work again. That's all that is. Let me, yeah, this explains what it is. So that's what it looks like. That's what the fix does. That's all it is. All right, they're the changes. The version 11 HUD, my HUD, will you can install it now if you download it again after the 1st of June 2024. That download changed. I've already put all that in. So if you haven't looked at how to install all this, the first video's got it all in Windows, but these are the little extras in for the Linux players. All right. enough talking. What is that? The changes I've done. Seeing we've lost our shortcut. And by the way, again, that disappeared off there when I edited it. If yours does that, restart the PC, it'll come back to the desktop. But we can run it from here, and it's a little bit different. Just press execute. So this one's got the insecure command in it, which allows day of defeat to start and put it in insecure mode. All right. The custom HUD, I've filled around with the file, so that logo was up there, huge, shrunk it down, put it down there. This background only works in 14:9 aspect ratios. It will work, it'll just stretch if you've got a 21:9 or 32:9 aspect ratio, just stretch out. But for 16:9 aspect ratio screens, 1920 by 1080, this should look like this. Okay. What I was saying before, I've made some little changes here. We see more when we start up a game, but you can bring up the console, just clear that. And if you press that, you get all these settings here, which shows what you have it set on at the moment, this command, and what the default is. A whole heap of them. Right? For the people that like that sort of thing. Let's create a server. Let's go to Anzio, and we'll show you that the font on the beach. What a difference. Anzio's down here. Hopefully I've got the game volume set down so you can hear me. So the first thing you see, this has changed. You'll see some changes in the net graph and the kills and deaths background. This has changed. When you go online, by the way, if you take this HUD online, you'll see whatever MOTD the server has. As you can see, the team menu. You might not see this background and these words and that picture in your Linux Day of Defeat source. I did a fix for Valve back in the day and actually made some files that fixed the problems with Linux. It's because they had capitalization in a HTML file. This works on HTML in here, and they had capitals, and that stops everything from working. I've got those fixes in this HUD. When you go online, by the way, all that should work, but when you go online, these little pair of binoculars and these images here won't come up. It's blocked on SV Pure 2. They'll show okay. These ones here are blocked because they're added images, but the rest should show up. It's fine. What this is just a stack of commands that are in the game that really you have to learn. Let me get that volume down. We might mute them completely. Audio, game volume. Let's take it. They are way too noisy. I think that's better. We might just add this music as well. Sorry about this. Down a bit more. Okay. Phone's going off. Mobile phones. Hate them. Okay. So all these, it's stuff like this, like source mod. By the way, that's a tooltip. Sometimes when you put under these little categories, you get a tooltip. It's very small. That's all that does. You have a look at the chat down there. Time remaining for the map. And it's all those. Bring up that menu again. Most of these commands, when you press something, the the panel cancel, and there's 2 cancel buttons. The cancel button's there. Current map. Next map. That'll work online if the server's set up. It's just some client stuff. Film grain, the play music. There's a whole lot of settings, and you can set your net code, net graph. I can move it around. You can see the mouse always goes back to the center there. It's down there. Actually move it up one. Show the FPS up the top there, up near the minimap. Turn it off and on. You know, people don't know that command exists. Some people do. Some people. You can do a lot with the overview. Show names on it. Disable, enable, health, tracks, no rotation. Translucent. That one. Take it right down. See that? And the menu closed again, of course. You keep bringing back up. And I can change it 30%. You can fade it out. These are commands that people may or may not know about. Default, I like it about 70. Right. You can see through it a little bit. Voice, chat. The time that the kills and deaths display, you can have it flash at, you know, half a second. Put it back to default. If something's a default, I've marked it as default. Alright, but that's enough. It's a very complex menu. If you don't like it, it's in a folder, DoD custom, the name of the custom item, and then you go in and treat that as DoD folder. You can go into resource, UI folder, team menu, .res, delete that file or move it, rename it, and the standard team menu will come up. Not a lot of people will do that. We'll show you some, show you a little bit about the HUD and why I had to change. As you can see that chat there. That's got a font. Let me bring that up. Just type in there. So it looks horrible if you go up to somewhere that's very bright. It's untidy. You start walking around to darker areas and that black disappears. On real light surfaces, especially the beach. The beach is horrible, and snow. That looks, it doesn't look too good, does it? But for the majority of the map, when you look around at all these places here, it looks fine. You can read it, and that's the problem. When you get down to Anzio Beach, the default files, I can't even read the text. It's that bad. And we might just change themes here if we're allowed. I think the plugin might stop us. Let me have a go anyway. Yeah, looks okay. There's a plugin here that even the teams, and sometimes even though you're admin, it'll stop you changing sides. If you watch the first video, but look at that text down in there. And it looks disgusting, but you can read it, can't you? Just. As soon as you take that text off the beach and start going into areas like this, it becomes nearly normal to what the Windows one is. And that's a design choice I had to make. Take off drop shadow because Linux fonts don't do drop shadow very well. It makes it look all jagged and horrible. And there's the wind panel, by the way. As you can see, there's no icons there because the bots don't have icons. Okay. and you'll be noticing the kills and deaths up there, where you know everyone else's kills and deaths, they're quite plain, and I'm not really interested in anyone else's kills and deaths, just mine. What we might do here, get that win panel up again, maybe show you the scoreboard. You see, you know, no icons. The scoreboard's changed to. I've got an icon, no one else has because they're bots. But bring up the admin menu, that looks nicer. And something I've added for testing. It's a cheat, but nothing you can use online unless you're a server admin and you've got this special custom menu. You see choice number 3 in the first video. I say go into fun modes and there's jetpack and parachute. Well, I've added in this package bots don't shoot you. That's a RCBot command, and basically if you're online on an RCBot server on dedicated, you're not going to be able to use this at all because you haven't got access to 1, that command, and 2, this is a special menu just for this download. So, and even though it's in your files, you won't be able to use it. But here we can. We're on the listen server, insecure environment. We can do anything we want. So press 1 for on. It is what it is. Bots won't shoot me now. Let's go off, and looks like the boys are doing good. Go get our first. What this is I'll be around a access spot and see this? Completely ignore me. You're looking at me, you're not going to shoot me. And that's all this is. It's for testing and things like this. Is someone get our first. See that? Don't even know I'm there. They're capped there last. Alright, you can see there's a lot more icons there now because I'm involved. That's what the win panel looks like. It's shrunk down, out of the way. That's the whole focus of the HUD, is to get the game items, clear the center of the screen, shrink a few things down. Alright, so the design choices I made in the kills and deaths and chat, they are because you can't get drop shadow working properly on a Linux file system. It's just the Microsoft TrueType fonts and Linux fonts. It's the Linux fonts don't do the same thing as the Microsoft fonts do, and this whole game was designed under it. This problem's been around for 12 years. I hope that makes it better for some people to view. Let's disconnect from this and let's get on another map. Colmar. You can see the fonts again. Yeah, Colmar, I think. So Colmar is a nice darkish map with lots of white. We'll go there. And I think the server is just, I'll press that bind again. So fun modes, 1, selection 3, and on. Bots are going to ignore me. You can see when I go into the lighter areas, it looks a bit disgusting, and you know, the darker area, it starts to look better. That's a design choice. We'll see if we can get, like in the kills and deaths, I should be ignored here. The kills and deaths, where I chose a white background, and I did put drop shadow on. See if it comes up here. The location is in white, and you know, white on white isn't good. And you watch it pop up, look forward and look in your peripheral vision when this blows up. You can see that, you can see the white pop up, and you can see the location axis gun. It looks pretty horrible. So, you know, that's a compromise. But the whole focus of a white kills and deaths background is so you don't have to keep looking up, and you can see the icon differences up there. So, you know, there's about 4 or 5 bots there, and you're laying into them with a Tommy gun, and you might see it pop up white, and that means you've hit something. Like that. Right? You can see that in your peripheral vision. That's the whole point. And if you don't like it, well, you can actually edit it. You can go into my website and fool around with it. But I hope that explains, you know, what is custom HUD and what's the standard font change, and there's options and more options in the download now. Right, we'll see that white again when this blows up. No one accidentally shoots me. Oh, is he going to get there? You bastard. Alright. That's why it looks like it does, and its readability just in those 2 areas, and other panels I've changed as well. Let's get out of this. Oh, before we go, I didn't show you when this, let's create the server again. Right. Wait for it to start up. We'll get outside, I'll show you what that chat font and everything else looks like out. Normal light, right? Right. Press escape. As you can see, this is expanded out now. There's some show status, take a screenshot, record a demo. So I'm recording a demo. Stop demo. See if that worked. I don't think I pressed hard enough. Demo player, and when you press load, yeah, there's demo 1, and this will shut the game down. Select that. Yeah, I did record a demo. Right? Yeah, you shouldn't do that on a live game. You should just wait. And you get, you can put that away. Let me create the server again. And press escape. So that demo I recorded, record demo 1. If I press that again, it might overwrite it, but yeah, it should be recording. Stop. You can record 2 demos. And then demo player, load. There it is. Crash the game again. Yeah, it'll just overwrite it. Okay, handy little thing if you see a cheater online, or you just want to record something cool real quick. If your game's running, that will expand out and you can record a demo real quick. You don't have to muck around with putting in great big long commands. You can start a demo, it's named, and you know it's going to go in, let me get this out. It will put it in your DoD folder and it will call it whatever button you press, Dem1 or Dem2. Alright. That away. And quit. Taking its time to go. Yeah, so just wanted to show you that, since I made that video about installing it under, really it was installed under Windows, that Linux is a little bit different. I hope this one fills in a couple of blanks, and to tell you that you now have a version 11, you have a custom HUD if you want it. the files have changed. They're now 212 megabytes. And do that optional desktop shortcut. If you play online, if you play bots offline, it's far better to use. It's far better to use the play button to play online and the desktop shortcut, that one that disappeared. Use that for playing offline. It just makes your life easier. You don't have to keep removing the insecure command to get the bots to work or to go online. And by the way, if you do try to go online on, using that special shortcut with insecure in there, you just come across a message that a VAC message that you can't play online in an insecure environment. That's all. It's not a VAC ban or anything else. You'll be fine. All right. Hope that helps. And if you do like custom HUDs, you do want to edit your own. I have a huge section on it. Do read, like there's the Linux GUI and HUD issues. It's got some helpful tips, and I'll probably add to that environment. This one's been up for years. I've just recently gone over and tarted it up a little bit. Do go to the bottom here. It'll give you an introduction of where the files are and how to do a couple of things. If you are after, say, to edit the kills and deaths, if you want a different background, there's two methods, but this one's the easiest. Go find the up there background in the scripts HUD layout.res file. Right, that's the first method. So you go into that file, it's the quickest way, and you find this in the HUD death notice section, the background color, the active color, and you change it to a color in here. I'll just quickly show you that. I might as well. That's the download. Like it says, to find your day of defeat files, right click, manage, browse local files. The custom HUD gets put in here. There it is there. Resource, oops, wrong folder. It said scripts, HUD layout.res. The kills and deaths. Scroll down. There it is. So that color there, that's black, and it's 100 transparency. So 255 is full, and that one there's white. 255, 255, 255 is white, and it's if I set that at 255, this last one here, it will be you can't see through it. This one here, you can take the transparency down. 100 is what you saw on the black one, 150 is what you saw on the white one in game. It's not for everyone, but I just wanted to let you know that adjusting the HUD, there is help on my site. It's been up there for years. A lot of people use it. There's also one, same thing for CS, and all of them you can sort of download one of my HUDs, or you can download this one's got a package that takes you right up to step 5, and gives you the files to start with. All right. If you're into customization, do visit those places. And that's all I have for you. See ya.